Okay, this is stripe, the block number 2 that we're going to be working on right now. I've got everything laid out so that you can see you've got A, B, C, and D. They'll be listed in your information packet, and you can see on the back that they show you where they are. The reason that I did this is to keep it straight in my mind which one goes where. Because when you put them together, these are 2-inch strips. You put them together to make a 3.5-inch total. The main difference with these, and the reason that I put the A, B, C, and D on, this top one has the B on the top and the A on the bottom. Then you've got C on the top and D on the bottom. And that's okay, but the reason you need to keep it straight like this is because when you start cutting them out, you'll notice that they don't always match up with what was supposed to be. This is the B, this is the A. Then you've got C and D. So it works well, but you've got to keep it straight or it can confuse you. It'll be okay, it just won't look like what the nebula was supposed to look like. The next thing I want to remind you about is on these stripes, when you're using your straight ruler, I tend to try and line up a couple of the markings on my ruler with these stripes so that I'm very sure of getting the stripes very straight up and down instead of being kind of cattywampus. They can get that way once in a while. I wouldn't use the stripes with the AccuQuilt because it's not that easy to keep them straight. The prints and the polka dots are easy to do with an AccuQuilt strip cutter, and it's a little bit faster sometimes. Just a point of fact. Once you get these stripes done, we're going to be using our rulers. This is the hex and more ruler that we use for when we cut these out. And you'll notice that when you set them on there, the bottom lines up. This is our 6.5 inch. And that's how that's cut out. I love that they cut off the dog ears on the edges because that really helps to match up with some of your other work when you're finished with it. Does that help if I? This is a 6.5 we'll be using for these. So it really works out well. The other ruler that we use is the Super Sidekick. And this is the one that we use for the triangles. And you'll notice that it matches up perfectly as well and cuts off the dog ear down at the bottom. And this will be your 3.5 inch. You'll want to be sure once you get these stripes together, get your ruler and measure and make sure that it will come up with 3.5 inches because you're going to need that exactly when you start cutting these out so that everything will fit together perfectly. Once you get them in these pieces, then we're going to put this piece and this piece together and this piece and this piece together so they look like these units. And then it helps to lay them out. It keeps my mind straight anyway. And you will sew these 2 pieces together and these 2 pieces together and then put it together here. Then it reverses and you do the same thing on the bottom. And then once you get that done, you will put both pieces together that makes the whole square. This is what the blue one looks like, and this is what the peach one will look like when you get finished. I was surprised at how well the colors went together. This particular color is not one of my favorites, but it worked well with the square, and I really like it. Be sure and get your special rulers because it's going to make it a lot easier. You can try doing it without them, but they don't always come out exactly the size that they need to be.
Thank you.